The difficulty of including recycled plastic in a product depends on the demands of the application. Does it need to be a certain color? Does it need to be clear? Is it going to be outside? Does it need to be weatherproof or flame retardant? What does the strength of the material need to be? How long does it need to last? If it doesn't matter, then that's easy. But what if it does matter? How can the need to use more sustainable materials be reconciled with the performance requirements of demanding applications? To answer this question, we'll look at Star Plastics, a compounder of custom engineering resins that has been using post-industrial recycled content for decades.
So we've always cut our teeth on taking the recycled materials and moving and transforming them into a formulation that's prime-like.
Okay.
Prime-like properties, that's really our expertise.
So this is our dry screener. So we'll bring in some of our inbound materials are bought from other companies. Say they might clean out a silo, and if we get that material, there'll be a lot of water built up in those boxes. Okay. So we'll put it in this system, and it just flows over, and all this is a spin dryer. It just separates the actual water from the material and screens it at the same time for any off-spec cuts, whether it be longer pellets or anything like that. But that's basically it.
Producing plastics with prime-like performance using recycled content requires a thorough understanding of feedstock properties, resourceful and flexible formulation, efficient and traceable material handling, and product validation to performance specifications.
We went into color first, then we also went into flame retardants. And that's when we achieved a lot of UL approvals.
Customers that would use, whether it be for electrical boxes, with any type of application that UL certifies to, which primarily is electrical, they can take our products. They might, UL would say you have to have a V0 material to make this product, or you have to have a 5VA certified material to make this product out of it. And so we have those certifications on dozens of UL listings, from V0, 5VA, all the way down to 0.5 millimeter. All different applications, they can come to us and they can get materials they know they can make an improved product with.
Perfect. The first step is getting a precise understanding of feedstock characteristics. This is especially important when using recycled materials, where those feedstock characteristics are more likely to vary.
Now, this operation we have at both facilities. This is called blending.
Okay.
What this blender does is make everything homogeneous.
Okay.
So if you've got a truckload, let's say you're running 38 boxes, and you load all of them via that process into that blender, when the blend is complete, your first box will have the same test results as your middle as your last. When I say same, within reason. So the whole purpose of that is to make that, when the end user sets his molding machine up, he sets it up one time. Okay. And it'll run that whole truck the same way. Polycarbonate, we can load 55,000 pounds into it.
Star Plastics has 2 laboratories at its West Virginia facilities. One focuses on qualifying incoming material, and one validates Star's final products, which are custom engineering resins based on ABS, polycarbonate, and nylon.
This material right here is generated when we start an extruder up.
So is this the purge?
This is what we call head scrap, mainly because it comes out of the die head.
Okay.
And once everything's mixed in, the pigments and everything are mixed in, then we string it up. Okay. But what we do with this, that's where this machine comes into play. Okay. Because we can take this, feed it into that machine, and it turns it from this into stuff about that big. Okay. Then it comes out, hits a belt, goes up into the other machine on the other side, then it takes it from this down to this. And then we blend that and rework it back into our feed system.
The feedstock prep laboratory at Star's Millwood, West Virginia facility uses thermogravimetric analysis, differential scanning calorimetry, and spectrophotometry to characterize the type and properties of the incoming reclaimed materials. This information is used to classify the feedstock into categories, which are used by Star to formulate the compounding recipes that use the available material to meet exacting specifications of Star's customers. Millwood also houses Star's equipment for receiving, blending, size reduction, and repackaging recycled materials, both in-house and purchased or tolled materials.
Here's our rail siding. and we are able to do a multitude of things off of this siding. We can unload powder, we can unload pellet. You'll see when we get over there where we do that. At one time, well, multiple times, we've actually loaded in 2 rail cars out of that blender. We can put in or take out of a rail car.
Star Plastics compounding operations are about 8 miles away in Ravenswood, West Virginia. Recent investments have upgraded extrusion to twin screw systems, improving both flexibility and throughput capacity.
So what we have here is a 34mm twin. What we do is we call it pre-work. Basically what it is it's a 5-pound batch for anything that's going to run on the big lines. So if there's an issue, we want to find it here before it goes into production. Beside that, we have a 2.5-inch single. This 2.5-inch single has a special mixing screw in it. A little lower rate, a little more mixing. So we'll use it for R&D and color matching. Beside of that is another 2.5-inch single with a screw that matches all of our singles on the floor. So the thought was color match, small lot production, and then it upscales to the floor. Over in the corner, we have an environmental chamber. We are very heavy in UL products. The only way to truly control humidity and temperature is with an environmental chamber.
Product Evaluation Laboratory in Ravenswood does performance testing for compound development and validation.
The light booth, depending on what the customer wants us to look at, it could be incandescent light, it could be cool white fluorescent, it could be daylight. That'll do each one that we can do a visual match to.
Together, this testing ensures that the compounds meet not only the expectations of the customer, but also third-party certification bodies. Star supplies dozens of UL listing materials and also has its sustainability claims certified by UL Solutions. Read more about Star Plastics in our August issue of Plastics Technology.